Hello, guys. Welcome to yet another edition of the Talk with Double. And today we'll be talking about emotions in the workspace. Now, based on my experience in the workspace, I can clearly say that emotions are not what you should entirely use for your interactions and your associations with activities and people in the workspace. So, tell me, what's your take on this?
Well, emotions play a very significant role in the workspace and in our day to day activities, basically. And we see that emotions should not be entirely used in taking decisions and decision making. You see, not because a client comes and complains and says, I have, have, have had this issue, my child has not eaten for 3 weeks, and you just dash out everything to them at low prices or for free. You could lose your job for that. And also, emotions help productivity in a workspace because if the employees are happy, it's our emotions. Happy, angry, it has to affect their productivity. And so if you see people who are happy doing the work they do, then you expect high productivity from them.
You see, like you said, there are times where the the staff are happy and then productivity is boosted up and all that. There are also times where there are certain emotions come into play, and these emotions, if used, are going to be very detrimental to the business.
Exactly.
So the average man cannot quite control his emotions usually.
Okay.
There are times where individuals, staff, clients, employers, wherever they are, individuals get up and then without any introduction, any association, they just have these particular emotions. At times people just get up from the wrong side of the bed, as they will say,
Mhm.
and then they just feel so terrible, they just feel so down. And this affects them right up to their workspace, right up in their workspace. They are affected by these emotions they got up with. But you
Yes.
see, the clients don't care about it. The clients should not feel your emotions. You got up, you were happy, good and fine. You can pass out that emotion. But when you get up sad, when you get up downcasted, do not try to pass on to the clients that feeling. It's your feeling, and the clients do not come there for that feeling. They don't care to know whether you are in that condition. Be professional. Forget about the feelings you have. Forget about how you got up, and serve the clients the way they should be served. There are clients that you need the grace of God to deal with.
Exactly.
You see, some clients come and then they're just very full of themselves. And normally, you as a normal person, you'll be like, I'm going to deal with this kind of person. But then the fact that the person is in your business space, is in your workspace, you cannot act anyhow with that person because that person is a client and should be treated with respect. There was this day I encountered a particular client. This man came, I do not know the size of his pocket, you never can tell what the client wants exactly. And this man was just so full of himself, felt so proud and all that. And me that day, I was not really jovial. I was not the jovial person. I was normally. And so when this man came, I received him not really smiling and all that and doing all the normal things I would normally do with these clients. And he noticed my countenance and was like, "This is business. I should receive him with joy. I should serve to him with joy, even if he treats me anyhow, even if he talks to me anyhow." And that day I would learn that despite my emotions, I should pretend. I should just wear on the face of a professional and do what I've got to do, the way I've got to do it. Because these clients take note of the expressions you give to them while you're serving them. And irrespective of how they behave themselves, you comport yourself. It takes two to quarrel, it takes two to have a fight. And so if one person is giving a funny kind of attitude, a funny kind of interaction, you should counteract that interaction and be professional in what you're doing.
You know, the goal of a company or a business is productivity. And the emotions that people carry around about the business will determine how productive this business will be. Because sometimes we face clients and we face them with emotions that we shouldn't face them with, and it drives away these clients. Okay, for instance, there was this time our teacher in primary school beat the whole class because somebody farted. I mean, who does that? You see, this is because he had emotions that were influencing his actions that day. I mean, it was not the first time that somebody farted in class, but due to the fact that he might have been going through some hard times, maybe who knows, he was angry that his landlord might have asked him for rent at that point in time. And you know, when he comes to class and he sees people happy, it pains him a lot. So people should not carry their personal problems into a workspace. It is not professional. Try as much as possible to be professional in your workspace. And also, you see, people have different things that will affect their character, will affect them emotionally while in the workspace, because they have a life that is going on outside this workspace, and they shouldn't carry these and bring into the workspace.
Okay, so before you get to work as an employee, even as an employer, get a bag up those emotions and keep them somewhere. You don't need them in the workspace if you cannot control them. But if you have the good emotions, you're jovial, happy, and all that, yes, bring them along to the workspace. Those are the emotions we need in the workspace.
You know, like they say, a problem shared is a problem solved. So if you have emotions that shouldn't be in place, then try to share them. Share them with your colleagues. Sometimes you might need to share with your boss, because if you need a leave, if it's something that you cannot handle, you cannot back up and keep home, like he said, you share them with your boss so he knows that this time you might need a leave or you need a leave, and he knows that he can grant you that. So you don't affect the productivity and you don't disrespect clients in the workspace.
All right, guys, we've had a great one today. See you on the next one. God bless you.